Peace, it's Voodu from Western Hemisfear. Kind of at a loss for words, man, about my man Meen Green. We lost a real one. That was my dog. I think I met Green way back in 91, 92, something like that. It was like a chemical reaction. We hit it off. It was creative as hell, man. Helped me and didn't even know he was helping me with this music stuff, man. And he was always doing something new musically. I still haven't met anybody that can write as much as he did and remember stuff so well, as far as lines that we wrote years ago. We'll talk about stuff that we did, 20 years ago, and like we did it yesterday. It's like, how do you remember that? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it most from him, like this entrepreneurial spirit. You know what I'm saying? He was just everything. Dude was always on the leading edge of something. He just hella creative. Always talked me up until recently. Talked to me about this industry, life, etc. I ain't gonna bore y'all with all the stories, but we lost one. That's pretty much it, man. We lost one. I mean, I'll sit back and listen to all these records we produced together, or I produced and he was on, or whatever you call it, I don't know. But all the music we created together, it's all classic, and I love it because people talk about it today like we did yesterday. All the music we did on Patchwerk, it was crazy. It was like a brotherhood that most people probably don't understand. The closest, I guess, you can be to being brothers without literally being related was like how me and Green's relationship was. It was crazy. It was like freaking frack. I mean, all the tours we did, all the music we did, it was so much more than just that. Those are wonder years for real. And we were just, early 90s, mid 90s. Man, it was something to be reckoned with, man. And I just know that everybody missing him right now. I know I am. All of that. It's just whack, man. Because we would talk about getting old, you know what I'm saying, and our kids and grandkids and all that. It's just whack that all this stuff happened. We're literally talking about stuff like in our futures, you know what I mean? We're still talking about this Western Hemisfear record. Still. Since the last time I talked to him. Still making plans to make that happen. So it's crazy, and it's a legendary passing. LA hurting in all kinds of ways, underground and otherwise. Hurting, man. Losing lots out here in LA right now. Where Meen Green's from. So we hurting. So the founding member, one of the 4 founding members of the Western Hemisfear, was Meen Green, Bird, Raz. So it's like that's something that I can't even think about replacing. You know what I mean? It's just a horrible thing. I still don't have my mind wrapped around. I really can't form too much deep thoughts into it. You know, I'll be breaking down every 3 minutes if I did. So, again, we lost a real one. My brother, I miss him. And keep his family in my heart. His kids, his girl, his mom, all his friends. You know, all Atlanta friends. You know what I'm saying? We had a ball out there, man. Patchwerk, Curtis, BJ, Bob, all of them, man. We're gonna be missing him crazy because he was like the life of the party all the time. That dude was a comedian to the third power. It was never a dull moment. But that's it, man. Peace to his family. I know we hurting all of us. And we got fans all over the world. You know, you still uplifted in this music. All the music you did, all the music we did together on the classic records. It's all good. That's how we keep legends alive. It's through the music. Peace.
Yo, what's good? This is Mykill Miers, man. I'm from Carson, California. I met Meen Green back in I want to say early '92, maybe middle '92 through Razzcast, and later became, you know, one of the last members of the Western Hemisfear. The thing I liked about Green is, man, Green was the plug, man. He put you on to everybody. It was because of him, man. I got to do my first tour. I got to, you know, perform on stage. I got to meet some of Atlanta's finest artists. Got to be in the same room with some of Atlanta's finest producers, man. Shout out to Meen Green, his family, and Patchwerk, man, for putting it all together. But Meen Green was that dude, man, and much respect, man, and rest in peace.
Hey, what's happening? My name is Curtis Daniel III. I'm one of the current owners of Patchwerk Recording Studios. I'm originally from Carson, California, in the Patch, and I live here in Atlanta, in Georgia. I think I met Green probably like in '96, '97 when we signed him to our record label. Or I might have met him before then when he was running around with Raz and Green as the Western Hemisfear. Green was a cool guy. I'm sure if anybody's seeing this video, everybody know Green was hilarious. And he changed names up on everything, Swisher Streets to Thank You Very Much and whatever he called Thanksgiving. I mean, he always reminded me kind of like a Snoop in a certain type of way. You know, as I reflect back on Green and his album, you know, I've never smoked before. I never tried to smoke weed or cigarettes or anything, or cigars. So, you know, when that album came out, I didn't really get it or whatever. I just thought Green smoked a gang of weed, man. He always smoked a lot of weed, and everybody thought Green was cool because Green had the best weed, and Green used to put people to sleep in the studio from Organized Noise, and he done smoked with everybody, man, and they loved Green. Everybody wanted Green around, and I never really understood it. I mean, weed and marijuana has become popular now and more mainstream, so it's a trip. And, you know, just going through the album recently in the past few days or weeks, and now that I'm older, I hear some of the slang and some of the things that Green was saying, and you know, as I always say, it's unfortunate, but he was ahead of his time. You know, this is about Green, but as us as a studio, as a company, that's one of the labels that constantly hang over our head that we were ahead of our time. So, when my first artist, Razzcast, ahead of his time. Meen Green, ahead of his time. Voodu, ahead of his time. And it's a trip. So me personally, you know, I would still see Green here in Atlanta. He still had a place down the street from the studio. From time to time, I'd see him up the street, or he would stop by. And, you know, when we talked, man, I was full of joy because he was telling me all the things that he was doing in the cannabis world. Green was giving me stocks to buy. He was telling me about his conventions and how he was selling booths and his mansion parties and all that stuff. And man, it just warmed my heart to kind of see Green get the accolades in the cannabis community that I didn't feel like he got in the music industry. Now, he was respected in the music industry because he didn't make a whack album. But he didn't get the accolades that I felt like he should have got for that album and for his contribution. So it was cool to see all these people admire Green in the cannabis world. You know what I mean? King of hemp hop. You know, Green told me he had owned part of a hemp clothing store and all of that stuff. So, you know, I just feel bad that, you know, maybe it's been about 10 years or so that Green's been doing well in that cannabis industry, but it's like, man, when somebody hit their stride and they running along and they finally doing well, you hate to see them removed off this earth like that, man. Had no idea Green was ill. Had no idea he was sick. And I'm imagining that's the way he wanted to keep it, so it's to be respected. But funny. Green's funny as hell. Green's kind as hell. Just overall a good dude, a guy's guy. You know what I mean? He's funny. And he'll be missed. And you know, I do feel a little bit bad that, you know, that we didn't have his album up prior to him passing away. But again, you know, we were a record label back in 97, 95, and streaming wasn't available. You know, we did do cassettes, CDs, and vinyl and press those up, but when the record label dissolved, there was nobody around to kind of pick up the pieces and move it further along. We're gonna take care of that now and make sure Green's album's up. And again, man, rest in peace, Green. Rest easy. I'm sorry it happened, man. I feel awful. Peace.
It's your boy DisMost. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say this real quick, man. It was like about no later, it was no more than a month ago. I was talking to Meen Green, man. And I was you know, my name DisMost, so people know me for like clowning around a lot and shit. And I was clowning him about getting his teeth fixed and shit. I was like, yeah, nigga, now you always smiling every time I see you in the pictures. But the truth is, my nigga was always smiling. Every time I seen that nigga, he had a smile on his face. So man, and he used to be like, he was just telling me, yeah, tell my little nephews, Dax and Duke, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make sure I do that. But one thing I'm gonna do tonight is knock down this loud for you, man. Rest in peace, man, to the homie Meen Green and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna smoke again, yeah.
But he always had my back, always, and I always had his. Meen Green not only showed me love, but a new way of life, a new kind of hustle, a different perspective, and a desire to succeed. I mean, I guess what was special, what was really special about Green was that he could take an idea or concept and make it a reality. I mean, I was always down with it, but I was always amazed with the community, with the cannabis community on his back. He created a safe space for like-minded people to come together for a good cause and for a good time, to socialize, to enjoy, and to be educated on all that cannabis had to offer. No, I didn't say he did it first. I said he did it best. And no, I didn't say he was a perfect man, but at one time, he was my man. And he was a loving man. He was an amazing man. a giving man, a man with a heart of gold. I love you, Darrin Johnson. I will always love you, DJ. I'm gonna light another one, light up another one. You guys always know he always had a pound somewhere. Always had some to smoke. Rest in peace, baby. Rest in peace, Meen Green.
Yo, what's up? It's Mike T, Michael Wallstreet from Berkeley, California. I'm in the Bay Area right now. I met Meen Green 25 plus years ago at some hip hop function somewhere, and we shared a bunch of mutual friends and became real good friends. And he was my smoking partner, and he was a great ambassador for me when I would visit his area. And he always looked after me no matter where I saw him at, if I saw him on the road or if I saw him in Atlanta or in LA. And what I'm gonna miss most about him is his spunk, his personality. He had a way of making everybody feel good on sight. As soon as he smiled, hey, it just made you light up. If you was his friend, you knew it. And I can't remember many people that I can recall him disliking, other than the police. And I mean that sincerely. I'm gonna miss my guy, Meen Green. I'm gonna burn one for you right now. Y'all make sure y'all hold one in real strong until you choke for my guy. Peace.
Yo, this is Montage One from DTLA, Inglewood, pretty much all of LA. And I can speak for Los Angeles when I say Meen Green was super respected, super appreciated, and will hella be missed. There was no one else who I know personally who has cultivated the cannabis game the way he did. He should be saluted from all corners of the planet. In my opinion, every Terp should involve his name. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna let that be known every time I walk up in one, if they don't know that already. Me and Meen Green went back a long, long ways ago. You know, running the streets, pretty much doing too much. Got in the rap game, got mature, and we reached the level where we at now. I love dude with all of my heart. I told him that while he was here on this planet. I wish he would have let me know something so I would have known to stop what I was doing and get over there where he's at and give him flowers while he's still on this planet. But I understand, brother, like you did it your way, and I respect that. You've always done it your way, and we've always respected the way you've done it. With that said, I just want to say, again, Meen Green, you will be missed, brother. Again, we all love you. And I'm going to smoke up in your name, brother, every time I light one. Understand that.
Hey now, this is Jessica, Terp Lounge. I first met Meen Green in 2013. He was throwing a cannabis show and he offered a booth to the nonprofit that I was with, the Normal Women's Alliance. Our paths crossed again in 2017 when I was working at the Hollywood Hemp Museum, and Meen Green was bringing the Terp market from Gardena to Hollywood. The Hollywood Hemp Museum did not last, but Meen Green offered everyone who worked there a job at the Terp market. And what started as a volunteer position has turned into a livelihood. What I appreciate most about Meen Green is how he brings people up. He's changed lots of people's lives for the better. He employs dozens of people at the Terp market. He used to call me early in the morning and rant about the world, tell me how things should be. We would go out and implement that vision. So Meen Green has left an empire, he's left a kingdom, and we're going to continue carrying out your vision. I love you, Meen Green.